Hey, Zach here with US Form Liner, and I'm here to show you something I've talked about, but now we want to do it. So let's say you have a pattern or something from nature that inspires you, and you're like, I want to make that a liner. So I have here, just a rough sawn board that's got, this very, aggressive chainsaw pattern in it. And I thought to myself, hey, I like this kind of stuff, so why not make a liner out of it? So what I've done here is I've started prepping a piece of this, which you can see it's a little bit darker. The wax is drying on here. I already put a layer down of wax first, and then I put a rubber line kind of all the way around here to make sure that I get a really good seal around my form boards here, which you can see, I've got set in there. So now I'm going to let this sit overnight. I'm going to let the rubber that I use as the base, which we do have a product called Stop Off Paste, which you can do for making your nice squared off boards fit patterns really nicely. I don't happen to have any of that here in my basement, so that's what I've done is I poured another liner for a sample. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to let this sit, and then tomorrow we're going to come back and pour this guy in there, and then we'll see how a liner comes out with this rough sawn board pattern in it. So stick with it, and yeah, we'll see what this turns out like. Hey, we're back. It's the next day, and our mold is now ready. The wax has dried, and so everything looks pretty good here. So what we're going to do is we are going to mix up our our rubber. We're going to pour some in here, and we'll see how that turns out. Okay, so I've got my rubber all mixed up here, so we're going to pour some in, and it's just to show you how really, again, simple this is. If this is something you want to get really creative with. Let's bring this bad boy a little closer. So just like pouring concrete, you just pour it straight on itself. You want to have that leading edge pushing out so you don't trap air bubbles on the bottom itself. Now, I've got quite a bit of it here. I'm not going to fill this one all the way up just because I don't really need the piece to be that much to show how much it is. It just happened to be the size of the boards I had available. So put those on there, and now I'll just let this guy sit. And I've got another, because whenever I make these, I make a coaster for a customer. So I better set that down. That's a bad idea. So I'll make that too, but you can see here now that this is just going to sit here, and hopefully not getting rubber on my computer too. But we'll just sit there and fill this guy up next. Oh yeah. It's kind of satisfying to watch this stuff get poured out. Maybe that's why I make so many of these things. Who knows? Anyways, that's the next simple part of this stage here. Just clean off the edge of that. It's kind of like baking, if you bake anything. Just mix it up, pour it in, and now the baking is just, it's sitting here for a little while. So we'll come back tomorrow when we demold this, and we'll see how our liner turns out. Okay, we're back, and our rubber liner sample here has cured, and so now it's time for us to get this guy out of the mold. So as you can see here, I haven't done anything to this yet. It's sitting there, it's just clearly not liquidy anymore. So we're going to start by just trying to peel that away from the edge and just break that suction there. Oh yeah, this is so satisfying, I gotta be honest. It's kind of like peeling off one of those things off a brand new phone. A little bit harder. Okay, here we go. Ready? And this is the moment. It bled through on the underside just a little bit, which is why it's sticking there, but you can see how even with such a rough texture that my liner made off of rough sawn lumber turned out quite nice. And all the products worked out greatly. You see the form is still in great shape. We have this nice little liner piece, and yeah, just hopefully this does show you how simple it is for us to make liners out of really anything that you can come up with. Yeah, keep it going. We're going to have lots of fun with these videos just to keep showing everybody. all the cool stuff that we can do, and hopefully we can do something that'll make your owners and your clients and your architects happy with the visions and dreams they have.